Hey, and welcome to the first episode of Badvice. I'm your host, Leo, and these are my two guests, Alvin, or Alv, and
up?
Carlos, or Carlito. Today, we're talking about something, because it's our first episode, we decided to keep it light. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean.
So we're talking about what is happiness,
What's happiness?
and how do you find it?
Where do you find it?
Well, it's not happiness. That's, first of all, it's happiness. Stuff that puts a smile on your face.
We fucking just started the podcast. I just can't.
I'm a child at heart, and I think that plays into my happiness.
What did you as a child, you were saying penis a lot?
Yeah. You didn't.
heck?
Okay,
He's
you
like
didn't. You didn't find penis
Russian.
jokes funny when you were younger.
No, and I still don't. What?
Carlos, did you find penis jokes funny when you were younger?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
if
okay,
it was, if it was said right, if
Right,
the
right.
delivery was good, then
Exactly.
I find it a good.
Tell me a good penis joke.
I don't tell penis jokes anymore.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
You don't
It's been a while since I
do
told
them, you
penis
just
joke.
take
No,
them.
we
I
don't
got it.
tell penis jokes. I think it's more like, have you ever played Penis? The game we
Yes,
yes. Oh my
compete
God.
to say the word penis the
The
loudest, right?
Yeah. Without
You,
getting
and you're
noticed.
telling me that wasn't funny?
Yeah,
I thought that was
no, I did
hilarious.
not
bro.
find that funny.
Literally, my whole year 9 and 10 was just playing penis. That didn't come out right. Playing the game.
Year 9 and 10 in school, I was playing penis.
So anyway, happiness for me is a hard concept to grasp my ass around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not an easy thing to... Happiness is a broad concept.
Where do you find it? What is it? And how do you know you have it?
Well, I guess it's different for everyone, really, you know. And
No, not even how do you have it. Doesn't everybody... Like, do you have it and it's like, how do you maintain and keep it? Because I have days where I'm happy.
yeah,
And then the next day, some shit will happen and it's like, back to reality. Do you find that? Or?
Absolutely.
I mean, the way you phrase that too, when you say back to reality, it's almost like you're
happiness
saying,
is a facade.
Yeah. Happiness isn't even a part of your
Yeah,
reality,
yeah.
and it's a momentary feeling that you get.
So why is that? That's the question, first of all. Like, why is happiness not in an abundance more? Like, what?
I think it's got something to do with, with being fulfilled. Like, is what you're doing meaningful?
Yeah.
Is your life meaningful?
So do you feel like that?
I mean, I try and give meaning to my own life.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I'm happy. I feel like I'm happy most of the time. I don't know if you guys get a vibe from me if I'm, a cheerful
You
kind of
seem
guy.
pretty jovial.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I am. So
You do have an infectious, like,
You infect a lot of people.
I've infected a lot
with
of
happiness,
people. Yeah,
With many things.
And a lot
with
of
many,
other
yeah,
things,
with-
yeah.
Happiness being one.
But I think part of it is that you just have to you have to think positive. That sounds silly. I'm like, people are like, how do you think positive?
I'll tell you what steals my happiness is comparison. They say comparison is the thief of joy, right?
Yeah.
So how do you get around that? For me, working on a job like YouTube is like I'm constantly being compared. If I go to the Explore tab, I see like 100 other creators. Oh, this guy's doing this guy's doing that, this girl's doing this. It's not like a conventional 9-to-5 job where it's like you can see how well my contemporaries are doing. And then in turn, how bad I feel for being like, why am I not doing these numbers or this? So the comparison is very much harder. And I think a lot of people on social media or like Instagram, same thing. How do you go on Instagram and be like, this guy's going to Cakes and Turgos. Turks and Cagos.
yeah, why can't I go
He's going
there?
to Cakes and Turgos.
Cakes and Turgos.
That's
Yeah,
not even
that
a
is
place.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. He's going to Turkey.
Turkey.
Nope. He's
No,
going to
he's
have
eating
turkey,
turkey.
He's gonna have turkey
in Egypt
for dinner.
In Egypt.
with a mummy.
Wow,
And my life...
that sounds pretty happy.
And I took a bath and the shower broke. The shower head broke and now
That's
it
pretty
filled
sad.
up the tub. And I have to pay that money.
that sucks.
So how do you go from like this is my shitty life to
How do I achieve
how do I
that?
not compare mummy eating turkey to my bath broken?
I think you have to put it into context. Everything has to be in context. Context.
I mean, it's all perspective, right?
Yeah.
It's like what Carlos said. You have to, think positively. And so, like, in the whole grand scheme of things, one person is doing one thing, and they're not necessarily on the same path of what you're doing. And even I know when you say comparing, you are talking about the people that are doing the similar, like for example, YouTube. They're the people that are doing the same thing. But I think, and this is for me too. Like I find happiness when I can really knuckle down and do the things that I set out to achieve. So if I think about setting a goal and I achieve it by working hard and doing it, then I feel achieved. I feel that fulfillment and then it's happy. But then it's the moment, like you say, when you start comparing with other people, then that kind of takes away from the happiness in a bit. And so that's why I say in terms of perspective, you kind of need to just look at it from a viewpoint where what makes you happy and not think about anyone else.
Totally.
You know,
I think another thing is that you have to see the scale of it. Like a lot of, like for myself, when I feel that I'm unhappy, I realize that it's only momentary and that my unhappiness or whatever it is in the greater context of things very, very minute.
So what about so those are for you guys now. What about someone who finds themselves feeling unhappy more often than not, or like in great sums? Because like you said, it's momentary. I know I've personally been through long weeks or even months of there's no days where I'm like happy.
Right.
So it's like, because for me, I think if you told someone who is really unhappy to just think positive, that would be like a kick in the nuts.
I know.
Yeah, everyone processes things at different times, though. You know, saying that I think like you telling someone to think positively is a good thing because they may not digest it then and there, but I think it'll eventually make its way into their thought process.
I think another thing is that when you say think like positive thoughts, I think what we're trying to say is you can create neurological pathways in your head, which will become a pattern of thinking. So if you think positively, and if you force yourself to think positively over the course of a couple of weeks, a couple of months, you'll realize that you find it much easier to do that opposed to a couple of months ago. It's like working out, you know?
Mentally training your brain
Exactly.
is definitely something that is important. And then also, I think grounding yourself with the situation, and sometimes it's also good to be like, I could be in a worse spot, or maybe to look at yourself in the past and be like, I was this, I am this, I am making progress. And that is all I need to do. I think for me, like buckling down and not looking at stuff, maybe not looking at comments. I barely go on the explore page, or I don't ever look at Instagram to look at other people.
I don't think I ever do that either.
Because I find myself comparing. I find myself being like, this person is my age. Look at what they've achieved. What am I doing? And it just takes from me. So that's like been my personal like.
And you've removed that from like from your feed on Instagram.
But it still gets to me. I think especially with YouTube. I think because you can see the numbers, and then you basically are given like validation through a number. Like in high school, if you were the popular kid, the number of friends you had determined. And on social media, the number of followers, subscribers you have are like, oh, this is how important you are as a creator. This is how big you are.
Yeah. So it's not really what
Shows
you're
your
doing.
success
It's just all based on numbers.
And sometimes people come and they just go, and they're not maybe necessarily that good, objectively speaking.
Yeah.
And they might come down faster, or whatever the case is. But like you have those moments of, damn, I've been working for X amount. I've been doing this. Why is this not taking off? And because it's so public, everyone's opinions start to, like, say you were going to work, right? And like a regular 9 to 5, and say like Jim comes in and is like, you suck. Just like every day. He just comes in and leaves.
You say hi, he says, yo, what's up, loser?
and then you log onto your computer, and next, like a screen next to it is like, Jim is doing better than you. Like,
The stats just constantly come up.
And like, no matter how much you want to quit, you're like, you just keep getting those stats. And then Mike out of nowhere is like, Janie's calling one of them cute, but not you cute.
Oh, damn.
So now it's like this public thing, and it's like how at my work I'm being compared.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's uninspiring, right? And
it is.
then when you see those things, it's almost like you work even less because now you're sad about your position. I mean, it's two sides of the coin, right? Like one side you can feel unmotivated because you know you're being a pessimist. You're being sad that you're doing worse than someone, or obviously Janie is hitting on someone else other than you.
You have a crush on Janie?
And then on the other side of the coin, it's like it could motivate you to do better. So again, it's that talk about perspective and where your point of view is.
I think, like, again, what I'm saying is like for people who are trying to get out of that hole, that's what I was trying to sort of explore. How do you get out of that hole? Because it's easy to be like, this is the end result. And I think most people do find their way out, hopefully.
Yeah.
But
I think you need to understand how you got to that position in the first place. You know, it's like it doesn't. It's not necessarily always one thing. It can be a culmination of things that happen throughout the day. Like if you had a bad day, like oh my car broke down, like my shower fucked out, you know, and all those things pile together and make one whole shitty day, and you're like, oh man, I'm so unhappy.
So you're saying compartmentalizing is
Yeah.
being like, okay, so this is an isolated incident. My car's not going to break down every day unless I
Unless you buy a really shitty car.
Unless God is doing something to my car every day.
every day my car breaks. Jim keeps saying I'm shit. Janie doesn't like me.
I bought this car to impress Janie, and it doesn't even drive.
It's a scooter.
Now she hates me because I'm always late.
Can you imagine if that's the reason someone hates you because your car keeps breaking down? What a shitty goal that would be.
That'd be just the worst.
I used to like you, but your car keeps breaking down. Fuck you.
And for that, you're an asshole.
I guess the isolated incidents is true. Like, yeah, you can start to like be like, this thing is affecting me. This thing's affecting me. How can I remove this little thing? So say social media or Instagram's affecting you massively. Can I not go on the feed, or can I
Pull yourself away.
Can I ask people to message me on a different platform?
Yes, yes.
Like maybe Snapchat, because you'll see those weird like
Yeah,
24 hours. This guy got ripped.
Yeah.
He went from fat to ripped to 24 hours.
Craziest transformation.
This girl's ass is bigger than ever.
This girl's ass bigger than this dude's head. How is it possible?
That's every story.
The explore page on Snapchat is
Snapchat.
That's a whole nother
It's
tangent.
a bunch
bro.
of
like,
clickbait.
Yeah. I think another way, if you don't think that you can drop social media, is perhaps to unfollow pages and
people that you
who make you feel that way.
Right, yeah.
Just
yeah.
go on a
sometimes
purge. Just go through all
micromanage it.
those-
Yeah,
just go
yeah.
through all of them, because that's what I did a couple of years ago. I went through it and I was like, okay, I actually don't need any of these. I find
he
it that
doesn't
I'm.
follow me.
Hey?
What a dog, bro. Kick him out now, G. What a dog.
Call that.
No.
No, but you just go through it. You just purge all those pages that you don't actually need. You find that are actually detrimental to your mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just follow things that you find to be healthy. Like, I don't know, like if you're into like nature stuff or photography,
Nature,
or anything.
business,
Motivational.
motivation.
just like
dogs
those things.
for me always make me
Honestly,
happy.
yeah.
I love
Whatever gives you the a healthy amount of dopamine.
Nothing
release.
don't follow things that are like that have influences or anything that's political or anything
I
that
feel like if you're looking at people's stories and you find yourself getting like riled up or
yeah,
angry,
you get attached
then,
to it.
Yeah, then it's like, now I need to think about, okay, every time I look at this person's stories, I'm either feeling sad, unhappy, or emotions that are not healthy. Like you said, best idea is to get rid of them entirely. It's like an ex or something.
Yeah, it is.
You know, looking at their stories and being like, oh, where are they?
Yeah.
Why are they out without me?
Because it's constantly riling you up. I think. Like you see them and you're like,
Out
damn,
of
why
sight, out of
am I
mind.
not doing that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why am I stuck here? Why am I working this shitty 9-to-5 job? You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, like, I'll sometimes, again, I'll put myself out there. I'll be this. I like being the person, as a case study. I have looked at people and been like, how are you going to this place at this time of year when most people are working? And like in my head, I've been like, dude, and then I find myself doing that and being like, well, that's not healthy. I shouldn't be. That's their life. Let me not. Go ahead. Go to takes and Furgos. Go to Lakes
We're never
and
gonna
Virgos.
understand where this person's going.
Go to Breaks and Drogers. Okay. Go wherever you need to go. I'm not a part of your life in that situation. Why would I? I'm sorry for feeling any type of way.
Yeah.
I think it's more on me that I've even felt.
Yeah, bro. Let them live their best life, eh?
Go ahead. If you want to spend that money, go do that thing. I'm sorry that I think I was feeling unfulfilled.
Yeah.
That's on me. But I needed to realize that.
Yeah, I think it also a little bit starts with self-evaluation. You have to. I'm not saying you should, say what your worth is. Just say, try and extract the things that you know that are negative inclinations in yourself. If you have things that you know are perhaps detrimental, if you have a liking towards influencers and you know that like watching or seeing their feeds puts you in a bad place, then maybe you need to say, okay, maybe I need to try and just not like those things. Maybe I should just like try focus on other things, because even though it can be addictive, I mean, it's like any drug that becomes addictive, right? You just gotta
Get more.
That's like the first step is saying,
Right.
I am addicted.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I mean, you also got to understand that the things that come out on social media and the influencers you follow, they only want you to see what they want you to see.
Totally.
You know what I mean? And it's like, sorry. And like, once you kind of understand that, then you realize like, that's a one way you can pull away from it all. You know, you realize that that's not their whole life. And the reason that they can post so much about it is, well, social media is essentially their job, right? So they have to kind of prepare in advance these posts, these stories, or not always. So there is some like realism to it, but a lot of it is prepared and planned. And so once you understand that, I think you can kind of pull yourself
It's like
away
those, sorry to cut you
No,
off.
no,
It's
no,
like
yeah.
those ones that say text me and they have their number. Hi, I'm Post Malone. Text me 0646. No, they have those.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then it's like, hey, Post, how you doing? Hey, buddy. Like,
This is automated reply.
no, but do you think Post Malone's like, yeah, oh, I got another one. Hey, Jeff.
Dude, his phone would break up. Like it would break.
I'm glad you like
But-
Sunflower. Hope you like the next single. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like those,
yeah.
like, okay, you got to remove yourself from that situation. That's a PR guy who's getting paid X amount of money an hour to be like, thanks. Or probably a robot, to be honest.
Most likely. Or you have a team that runs that. Kind
team of
business.
robots.
Yeah, a team of robots. iRobot.
Yeah.
AI.
AI robot.
Yeah,
AI robot.
Hey, all right.
Yeah. No, that's the problem. We get sucked up into this, and you sort of lose yourself.
But once you
Because have you ever
acknowledge that-
noticed that if you're walking like on nature, have you ever just walked and like seen a sunrise or
it.
something?
Yeah.
I love it.
And you just there's nothing else that goes through your mind but oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a scene in Forrest Gump at the end of the movie. Are you laughing because he's dumb, isn't it?
No, I'm laughing that in our normal conversations, you love to bring up Forrest Gump as well. So it's like
He loves Forrest Gump.
I like
You-
it.
do you blame him?
You love Tom Hanks, bro. He gets horny when he talks about Tom Hanks. If you guys don't understand that joke, you need to watch the Vin Diesel video. This guy gets horny every time he talks about.
That's such
Tom Hanks,
that's such an arbitrary thing to say. I don't even have time to explain that. No, in Forrest Gump, he's a simple man. This dude has an IQ of 32.
Really?
No.
What an asshole, bro.
You can't live with an IQ
That's
of less
why I was like, really? That doesn't make any sense. Dude would just be a human drool machine. Like, what?
Well, he's a human running machine.
Yeah,
but
he is a running machine.
but so towards the end of the movie when Jenny gets AIDS and all that.
Jenny.
Yeah, Jenny, why'd you kill me?
Jenny.
Because he died.
Who died?
Nah, he didn't. She
No,
died.
I was gonna say
She died.
she dies.
Yeah, of AIDS.
yeah.
Jenny, why'd you have to die?
Perfect.
Oscar nomination.
Oscar winner Tom Hanks.
I was gonna say Oscar nomination for, me, for that
For your
rendition, right?
imitation
Yeah.
of
Because he
yeah,
won
yeah,
for
yeah.
being like Jenny, and people were like, he's dumb as shit. I like that.
And they realized that it was just an act.
Yeah, no, at the end of it, he was like, I'm smart. And then they gave him the Oscar. What a
And they-
pretender.
And
It'd
then
be great if he went up as Forrest Gump.
I'd like to thank Jenny for, she's dead.
But she,
And then they saw-
I got this Oscar
they saw
because of
Big
her.
after that.
What?
They saw Big and they're like, damn, he's a mentally challenged
This guy
13-year-old.
used to be a 13-year-old last year.
Damn, that's why he's like that.
He's way bigger. You haven't seen Big, have you?
No, I don't think so.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I'll put that on
He's
my
a
to-watch
child who
list.
turns into an adult, but he still fucks this girl who's an
Yeah,
old.
that's true. Wow.
She-
I
wait,
I
wait,
rewatched
so-
it a while ago. I was like, damn.
So he's still a child, but his body just
Yeah, his
grows.
body's
so
Tom
he makes
Hanks.
a wish.
But his body's Tom Hanks. Like,
But his mind
He
is
goes
a
from being a
little-
13-year-old to being
but his
Tom
mind's
Hanks.
a little 13-year-old.
okay, yeah.
So technically, he's a 13-year-old Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And he fucks this girl. Well, the girl fucks him.
And then he becomes an executive in a company.
Damn.
And then he goes back to his friend. He's like, let me tell you the story. And he goes to a Zoltar machine to
Yeah.
get big.
It's a
Aussie.
good movie. It's a
That's-
good movie.
that's a good movie.
I mean, it you know, it has its
didn't
moments.
happen to us when we went to that Zoltan machine.
No.
But I mean, like, I
The
wish.
point is, this
point
is
is-
such a long-winded point for the Tom Hanks thing.
The point is,
At the end of the movie, when Jenny got the A's and all that,
the A's?
the A's and Bubba died and
Oh, yeah,
Gary Sinise lost his legs and all that. I'm using their real names. There's a scene where he starts running and he's like, "I just running."
Wow, that was better than mine.
That's the Oscar winner here. That's the nomination over there. And the winner's over here, bro.
Damn, I lost out tonight.
You're too. Oh man, I
was just running. He looks at the horizon and he's like, "It's so beautiful." And, you know, like he's looking at it.
Yeah.
And it was just a very poignant scene at the end of the movie. Like he did all this shit in his life. And the simplest thing was just God's given horizon or something. And that was like, he found peace. Simple man.
Yeah. With, you know, simple
Probably
happiness.
no problems already. Just
But I know what you mean. I know what you're getting
Yeah.
at. It's the simple things in life.
stop and smell
that
the
should
roses.
have been
Right?
Forrest Gump's tagline.
Yeah.
It's the simple things.
Yeah. Or it has like an arrow.
Oh my god.
It's the simple things.
That should have been the tagline. That missed out.
I bag on the
They should have
movie
put that
so
on the
hard.
poster. That's the simple things in life.
I bag on it because I love this movie, but at the same time, growing up now, it's like, oh, is Tom Hanks just... I still love the movie, though.
That's a great movie.
It's a great movie. I mean,
What do you think, though? Like, do you think it's okay to...
to
Well,
what?
this is a little tangent here, but do you think it's okay as an actor to play someone with like special needs or an ability?
That's what an actor does, isn't it? They act.
So then, can Tom Hanks play a black man?
well,
'cause
I
he's
mean,
acting.
if
Well, I mean, Robert
I mean,
did it,
if
so,
I mean, like,
He did.
Robert Downey Jr.
He
did
did.
it.
but
I mean, that was a different time. But in saying that, I mean,
But even Robert Downey Jr. said he couldn't do it now, and
it was satire though.
I personally think it's hilarious.
I think when
I mean,
done
if it
right,
fits,
it's fine.
this
if it
is-
fits the narrative,
if
then
it
it's
fits the
fine.
narrative, like if it's
And it did.
if it's a piss take, then it's like okay, you know,
And it literally was for that movie.
They're
It
making
was-
fun
it
of
was.
Hollywood because Hollywood.
Yeah, that
Did
movie
you
was
do
making
that?
fun of Hollywood
that was
doing
that was
that.
well done.
Yeah.
That was well done.
But in reality, it's like, if that was the case, that'd have to mean that there would be no one with the acting capability to fill the role. But
You'd have to
that's
get
not,
some real-
That's not reality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I understand that. So like, you've seen Chernobyl?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you've.
I know what Chernobyl.
I know what Chernobyl is. I know about it.
Never
I know
seen
that
it.
HBO did a series, but
inside joke, by the way, is that one day Elvin asked me. I told him
You
about the
gotta,
series
when you
Chernobyl.
explain the story, you gotta tell them I know what it. Okay, carry on.
We're
Carry
talking
on.
about the series Chernobyl, and he looks at me and he goes, "So what's it about?"
You gotta give them the context. Look,
no context
okay,
needed.
so the context. I know what Chernobyl is, but like, I just wanted to know in whose, like, what's perspective is it happening? Is it happening, right at where the happens, or is it like from someone in the town? Like, I just wanted the
Yeah.
specifics.
Okay, but
I'm bad with my.
But
words,
asking
so-
what's it about really?
yeah, that's my bad. I set myself up for that
You
one.
did. But so the series is played by English actors,
yes,
and of course Chernobyl's in Russia.
Yeah. We had to talk about this.
Okay.
I remember,
yeah.
No, carry on. I just wanted to.
And so as actors, you'd probably be like, "Hello, Chernobyl," like
Yeah.
Russian stuff. But the director made the conscious effort to be like, "I want the English actors to be in English accents because I think it would deter from the movie or
Yeah.
the series or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, okay, interesting." So they completely they avoided the realism of being in Russia
Right.
by having English accents. So that would be avoiding. However, they chose to not add a single person of color throughout the movie because that's where they drew throughout the series, because that's where they drew the line at realism. They're like, we still want it to be white people.
Right.
And that's where I'm like, so where's the boundaries? Like,
I guess because I don't know anything about what the director or what the production company
I don't know.
said.
I was about to say it
I'm
would depend
guessing
on the
what
director,
what
right?
Yeah.
What perhaps they were aiming for is because they want it's aimed towards a Western English speaking audience, and they don't want to deter too much from realism. So they would say, well, in order for people to not look at these people speaking English in a Russian accent as being goofy, they would say, well, just do it in English. I mean, I'm just.
I guess they also got to
No, I know.
consider like their targeted audience as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure people would find it a lot easier to digest all the information if the actors were speaking with an English accent.
Right, but you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Get
Though.
what
I
I'm
do. I
saying,
do
yeah.
get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In terms of like, so because there was this thing a while, maybe 4 years back, where Julia Roberts' agent tried to get her to play Harriet Tubman, and they didn't know who she.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And no, it's a real thing. And like Julia Roberts was like, I had no part in this, but apparently the agent was like, yeah, no, we're gonna try and get her to play Harriet Tubman, not knowing.
Do they know what Harriet
Yeah,
Tubman was
right,
like?
not knowing anything about this woman.
Do they know who Harriet Tubman was?
Oy,
Yeah.
Ay, ay.
Damn. It's kind of like those memes where there's one I saw a while ago of Ryan Gosling meaning to play Martin Luther King. Did you see
Wait,
that one?
what?
Yeah, it was a meme. It was a meme.
Okay, it's fun. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
A meme?
Hollywood studio exec once allegedly suggested Julia Roberts play the role of Harriet Tubman for the long gestating biopic Harriet, according to the film's screenwriter. And then they have a picture of her and, of course, a black woman.
Yeah, Harriet Tubman.
Right.
They have that picture of Harriet Tubman when she's like, in her, it's looking like a grandma. Because I don't think Harriet, what's her name?
It's like getting
Julia
George
Roberts is
Clooney to
looking-
play Bruce Lee in a movie.
Yeah,
or something.
Harriet, what's her name? Julia Roberts doesn't have that grandma look to her.
No, because
And she certainly doesn't have, the
African look to her.
African look to her. She's
That's so
Very
crazy,
European looking.
bro.
So what were you saying about, sorry,
Ryan Gosling?
yeah. There's a meme.
meme.
Oh, I
My
mean.
voice broke.
Okay, wait. Playing as who? Martin Luther King,
Martin
right?
Luther King. I
Well,
didn't
please
understand
look
it when I
up
first
right
saw it.
now.
I was like, what does this mean? And then
Has been cast to play Martin Luther. What?
it was,
Yeah, okay, it's satire. I
Yeah,
get
it's
it.
just
But like,
satire.
I mean,
but that's what I think, people were, I don't know, maybe it's making
Well,
fun
that
of
was
the-
a biopic, the Harriet Tubman.
This is a meme. This is just being like a little laugh for your afternoon. That there is serious.
Right.
Um,
That's amazing.
maybe Julia Roberts should look at getting like new
agents.
agents to
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
maybe go back and learn a little bit about history. I don't know.
Yeah, that too.
Or search up the person who I'm meant to be playing. I don't
Maybe
know.
that. And get your role.
It's the little
just,
things.
just educate yourself
Yeah. But
before
it's the
doing
little
anything.
things.
I think
yeah.
I don't think she'd like
No. I highly doubt.
Yeah.
the studio
Julia
execs,
Roberts
the
had
people
anything
who
to do.
don't read the script, don't care. Harriet Tubman sounds like fun.
Well, you got to them. It's all about the money. You know,
Sounds like an exciting journey.
But with realism,
What's that Django Unchained about? What? Oh my god!
But back to realism. I don't know. I find that realism is a very hard thing in movies or television to really
Capture.
capture, because the thing is like
Yeah.
you watch Braveheart.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Braveheart.
You haven't seen Chernobyl.
Shut up.
Touche. Truth.
But Braveheart, right?
Yeah, Mel Gibson,
Oscar-winning film.
Oscar-winning director,
Mel Gibson.
one of the greatest.
Drunks in the world.
This is the wrong time for someone to be calling.
It's the right time.
Can I take this?
you wanna explain what's happened so
Quick
far?
interlude. I
Yeah.
got a call from someone. I had to take it. When I came back downstairs, our co-host Carlos had gotten a call himself from his partner. And he said that he was going to pick her up quickly. Everything would be great. Cool. We're going to wait the 10 minutes. It's been about 20 minutes.
Yeah, about 20.
We've been hearing this periodic ring, and we could not figure out what it was because neither of us assumed that this man would leave his cell phone behind. Turns out he did.
Yeah.
And his partner has been calling him frantically for the past 20 minutes, and we are led to believe this man is driving like a maniac around the city trying to find his girlfriend without knowing.
Not even
where
the
she
city,
is.
literally just up the road as he said
As he
himself.
said, right,
yeah.
yeah.
So we've got a
This is the first podcast. And already we've had the biggest topic change I think I've ever seen. And a co-host leave.
this,
This is wild.
all I can say is expect the unexpected from us.
That's
you know?
true.
It's
Badvice. Expect the unexpected.
and that's what's going to be great about this
Here's
podcast.
some
I'll
bad
tell you right
advice
now.
for you. Don't leave your phone. God damn it, Carlos. I mean, I don't know. We can't even, like, if she called, we couldn't, right?
I mean, if she called, we could pick it up, I guess. And
And be like, hey, bruh, Your boyfriend might be. I don't know where he is.
We couldn't contact him if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now since he's left his phone here,
Unless we start driving around the same area looking for him, looking for her. But he didn't know where she's coming from.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So conceivably, this man would be waiting there. Although I don't know. I mean, if she messaged literally 2 minutes ago saying, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
He's not made it to his destination. Like a bad Uber driver, he's took a detour.
Oh yeah. But we can't fully put the blame on him. I mean, you know, she might have moved from the place of meeting or the rendezvous point.
Yeah, that's true.
So
and she's like, "I'll meet you here," and he came to this.
Yeah.
And he's like.
The funny thing is, if we see it, we could be like, okay, cool. We just need to let Carlos know to come here.
But the thing is,
how do we do that?
But it doesn't show, right?
No, I mean, like, if the message comes up and it says, I'm here, well, then
okay.
I'll be like, yeah, cool. We know where to find her, but we don't know where to find Carlos.
Yeah, message him. Hey, Carlos. I forgot about that.
At this point, I feel like he's going to render us to pick her up. Yeah, well, here we are. While our brains are still firing, we figured, you know, we'd just have a little segment because I'm sure Carlos is going to walk through that door any minute now. Fingers crossed.
I feel like this is going to be the podcast. It's going to start off as one thing and then some random shit is going to happen. I'm just going to have one thought like, hey, let's talk about happiness. And Carlos will be like, mine was taken away from me as soon as I left this house. Oh, God.
He's on the pursuit of happiness right now, bro.
He's on the pursuit of not getting kicked out tonight. He's on the pursuit of having a bed to sleep in tonight.
Yeah, bro, honestly. It's like bed, couch.
The pursuit of not being homeless tonight.
Oh, yeah.
God damn. He's going to end up like Will Smith from The Pursuit of Happiness at the start of the movie.
No, he's gonna end up like Will Smith now. In real life. Yeah.
God.
Damn, that's tough, brother.
That's a post-slap Will Smith career right there.
Whoo, Carlito.
So prayers out to Carlos on the first episode of the podcast.
We're thinking about you, brother.
We hope our co-host comes back in one piece. I pray. Bring it back in one piece. I pray. I pray. He was gonna talk about Braveheart.
He was adamant.
He's a real Braveheart. He's a real Braveheart. I just don't understand.
He's the Mel Gibson reincarnate.
I don't understand how he could get off a call, be like, all right, boys, which is what he said. And then
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
And then leave and not have his phone and be like, that's fine. He just got off the call.
Yeah.
That would be the equivalent of like going to the car without your car keys.
You know, that's crazy though. He literally checked his pockets and was like, all right, cool, got my keys.
Did he say that?
Yeah, because he was double checking his pockets, came to pick up his wallet, which he placed here because this is where I put my phone. Picked up his wallet and just left. And I don't know, at no point did he realize like, okay, let's put you in the situation, right? You leave without your phone and you're going to go pick someone else up. He did say...
Mine's easy because my phone plays music. And as soon as I realize I don't have the music... my phone.
Right. Okay, but hypothetically, right? Hypothetically, let's say you're halfway there.
Yeah.
Would you at that point then come back to get your phone? Or would you, hypothetically, if you knew where whoever you were picking up, like where they were, would you then just go there?
I mean, she said a location. He said a location.
Yep,
just stay there. Wait, I forgot my phone. Maybe go in. If she's not there, did you see her? No? All right. Then come home.
Yeah.
He's stuck in no man's land because he's busy driving. Not actually... He obviously clearly hasn't picked her up if she's like, where are you?
Yeah, like we literally just saw the text.
Unless she's like one of those people like, where are you? Oh, there you are. Like, I would message that. That's not a thing. So I don't know.
Oh, man.
But she hasn't messaged in a few minutes.
No, since that last message, haven't heard anything.
I'm waiting for them to come through the door and then for us to be like, we were just talking about
happiness, the brave heart.
Happy brave.
Heart of the happy.
Happy heart.
Penis. Ah, shit.
That's the one.
I was hoping for them to come in that moment right now. Oh, no. Well, you're stuck with us now.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
Because we're the better looking, but... No, I'm joking. I mean, I can't talk about Braveheart. I don't know shit about Braveheart.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, as
I know Mel Gibson as a person is a real Braveheart because he's been racial so many times.
Oh yes, sir.
He was in Lethal Weapon. His co-host is black, And he once said, "I hope you get R-worded by a pack of N-words," to his ex-wife. And like, imagine being in the movie, Danny Glover like, "What the fuck?"
Danny Glover like, brother, there's 2 words
We've
you
been
should
through
say.
4 lethal weapons, and this is the most lethal shit I've ever heard in my life. God, that's scathing.
Oh, bro, Mel Gibson.
That's
bro.
a lot.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic director.
Yeah, amazing.
And he also does not like, well, at the time said some very sketchy things about Jewish people. So he was just going on a rampage.
He was yeah. He
Which
was
is a
ripping it up.
testament to how good of a director is, that he can offend everyone and still be a good director. That's,
Hey man, if you're good at your craft, I mean, you being good at your craft doesn't dictate who you are as a person, you know. So
I think everybody gets to say 1 or 2 things that are questionable. Those are very questionable, I will say.
they're very, very.
That's as
very
questionable as you could get. But
in saying that, I don't want to defend him, but I feel like, you know, it was a different time.
I don't think any time
No. Anytime
saying "I hope you get R" by a pack of N at any juncture, even in the 1400s, they'd be like, "Holy shit,
that was absolutely atrocious.
what thou thinking?" Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah, okay.
And I love Lethal Weapon by the way.
That's a great movie. I mean, we made our own little Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, we did.
I still have that. We got to watch it sometime. That could be something we could do on the podcast one day.
Watch our old.
Yeah.
So again, with context, back in the day, we made like a Lethal Weapon video. Crazy.
Very crazy.
But
One
yeah,
shot.
But so he says some questionable things. I don't know much about Braveheart. I know it's about William Wallace, Scottish person who fought against, I would assume, some rebels at the time. I'm not too well versed on that movie. It's sort of like Game of Thrones for me. I personally don't watch it because it doesn't appeal to me. I'm not much into factions and that stuff. And
like fantasy type.
I'm very much into fantasy, but it's more like I need a black person in there, bro. I don't know.
Is there a black person in Game of Thrones? I haven't seen it, so
I haven't seen it. But I've seen enough to know there's not enough black people. Although I do like Breaking Bad, but they have Gus Fring, who's Mexican/black. And they got
POC.
Tuco Salamanca, who's Mexicano.
POC.
Yeah, look, I'm just saying I could relate to that more.
Yeah.
I think I could relate more to, not because of the crack dealing. I mean, sorry, the meth dealing. But because it's such a good premise. That show has the best premise I think I've ever heard in my life.
It is well written.
You've seen the whole thing, right?
No, remember we talked about this. I haven't seen the whole thing.
Oh, what'd you get up? What series? Do you know what? Do you remember? No. Does it not
was
interest
so
you?
long ago. It was
Does
like
it
high
not
school. So
interest you much? Or?
no, I would love to go back and watch it. In fact,
Just didn't have time.
I have never had time, unfortunately. I might just background watch it, but
But the concept of a dude who's dying of cancer, who's a chemist,
yeah.
who's like, well, shit, let me cook some
Let
meth.
me make some money. You know, I'm dying, right?
That's the greatest
baller.
premise
That's fucking baller.
that I've seen. Like, it's not like so far fetched that it's like in the 13th realm. My white sister and I had sex.
No, he's utilizing his talents. Hey, my man. Carlito is
Finally.
back. Your phone's right there, by the way.
Yeah.
If you're wondering.
All right. Go on.
William Wallace.
There it is. It's
He's
like
back,
he never
guys.
left.
He never left at all.
Back.
We didn't even
All right.
film a segment.
It was a momentary lapse of
Judgment.
that too.
Okay.
Time and space.
Right.
So Braveheart.
Braveheart. Refresh my memory.
We've never seen it.
You haven't seen it? Oh, yeah, that's right. So you
if
haven't seen
anyone needs to refresh the memory, it's you.
Yeah.
bro.
So we're talking about realism, weren't we?
Yes.
Realism. Now, the point I was making with realism is that they wouldn't have spoken like that in the movie. The way the English that they used would have obviously been much different.
Because when was like
91?
no, not the movie.
Oh, it was probably
Like
like,
the
I don't know.
era
Story.
of
Like when did William Wallace?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like 500, 700 years ago.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, it was when Great Britain was.
Fighting the Scottish.
It was when it was building its empire. It was when
Who
it was
was the Scottish? Who were they fighting?
the No, they were, the Scottish were fighting for their freedom.
Yeah, but against,
You know, they're like
against other Scotsmen, or
no, they were fighting against the English because the English
there we
had,
go.
like
Okay,
the English
that's,
was just
that's
like
what I was asking.
the English were just like, you know, we own everything.
The English had that period of time where they went on the run, where they were like, "Let's take this over too."
I own that.
Yeah,
Oh, and over there,
Yeah.
that's mine too.
right.
Yeah,
So they had that period.
they had that period.
Yeah.
They went with, it went for a phase.
yeah,
Through
that's a
you know.
phase.
Yeah, every empire goes through that sort of phase. But the what I was getting at is that the point you made is they didn't include people of color, but they chose to use
The
English
accent,
actors
yeah.
with
Mm.
English accents,
Yeah,
and I guess English colloquialisms. I guess. I mean, I'm just assuming. I haven't actually.
no,
seen
I don't think Chernobyl. They were like, "Jolly good."
cup of tea, yeah, mate. In it.
That was like an Italian.
Yeah, it was
cup of
oddly
tea,
oddly not English, but
I'm Italian,
English.
you know that.
No,
No,
not
you're
Italian.
not, man.
No, I could be.
just
You really couldn't, but
the realism is
this.
just dying every time.
You wanna speak Italian? Just do this.
What's that?
This is
Yeah.
how they say hello.
explain to the audience. What
That's
that
how they
is.
say hello.
That's how they say everything. They
Oh,
explain.
it's kind of like our chur, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't. I don't
They're
know if
sure.
I want to believe you.
Yeah, I don't think I can believe you on
Italians.
that either.
But but
Didn't know you're so well versed with Italians.
you know,
Woody Allen's a realist. Sorry, but you know much about Woody Allen?
Can't say that I do, bro.
Woody Allen.
That's good. The less you know, the better.
Okay, thank
The
goodness.
less you know, yeah.
I'm
That's,
glad.
Nah,
For once, not knowing
no,
something.
he's a
is-
great.
is
He's
great.
one of the best writers of all time.
Okay, now
Great writer.
you're making me feel FOMO.
I don't really know if I like his acting because it's usually the same.
It's neurotic.
Yeah.
And have you seen Annie Hall?
The movie?
the person.
This is not my realm, so I'm gonna say no. I
Okay,
don't know why I asked. I should have just started with no.
What's it about?
Shut
Anyway,
up.
the point is, yeah, I don't know why I brought him up. I just the realism of him
Of him, yeah.
being a bit too realistic in life,
Yeah.
dating his
Daughter or something.
not
yeah.
his actual, not
It was
biological.
yeah, it was
Also, like
it's a
step-
bit
I
of
don't
a
know why
weird
that makes it any better.
weird
doesn't.
situation.
It really doesn't.
Hollywood can be crazy.
It is a yeah. Hollywood is
But-
very.
But bring it back to realism.
Sorry.
I don't know, man. Like, I guess it's up to like time and place. You know, people. If the director's like, "No, we're gonna speak in English accents," yeah, mate, we're gonna. You know,
I thought he was gonna say "Yeah, man."
Yeah, that's what I was-
man.
I was like, yo, you're turning into Chet
You
Hayes,
can
bro.
do anything but an English accent, actually.
I can. I'm pretty sure I can.
Oh, he's saying he got range.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, this is. My name is. I don't even know. Like
But he's gonna say Coño. My name is
My name's-
Coño.
John Smith. Yeah. I'm from Edinburgh. In it.
This is an insult to so many people. Like I don't.
If there's any
He was
English people
kinda getting
watching
this.
this,
Mostly
I mean-
accent coaches, but
actually, I should get into accents.
no, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
how.
that's what
this-
makes me happy.
Hey, and there we go. We're back, bro. We're back. I'll tell him that tell him the quote you told me before with Lil Wayne.
you can't smoke that many blunts.
Yeah, man. Otherwise, you won't be happy.
Yeah.
Look,
What? I'm confused.
No, that was his quote.
What's his quote again?
Don't smoke,
Don't smoke.
Too many blunts.
Don't smoke too many blunts.
or you won't be happy.
Or you
Won't
won't
be
be
happy.
happy. Don't smoke too many blunts, or you won't be happy.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I guess. Like, it's not very. I don't know if it's very deep or if it's just like.
It's neither. I made that up.
It's-
The point is, he said that I'm gonna get you guys this whole thing, but he said that some people spend so much time worrying about what they should be doing, they forget to do it. You know,
right.
and that's sort of like I think a lot of happiness gets taken from the fact that people think about things that they aren't doing,
Mm.
and they lose time
Mm.
not doing those things. You know, people who are like, I've always wanted to skydive, and you look at them and you're like,
So do
what
it.
what exactly
yeah,
is
Yeah,
stopping
what's
you?
stopping you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll give you 100 excuses, and it's like the person who does something and the person who doesn't do something are probably the same person.
Mm.
It's just the attitude towards the situation that has the end result in mind. Like, I'm scared of heights. I still want to skydive. Just because I want to. And I'll go defy all those, I'll be up there scared as hell, but I'll do it because I want to say I did it.
Yeah.
And that's the end goal for me.
Mentally, I think it's detrimental because, like, on one hand, you really want to do something and you're thinking about it a lot. And the more time you spend not actually doing it, the sadder I think you'll feel. And then also just thinking about it and not doing it is making you sad. So it's just this like vicious cycle of unhappiness.
I have this one thing, and I tell it's the one piece of advice. It's bad advice, if you will.
Yes, sir.
No, I tell people one thing that you shouldn't do is live with regret. Whatever you do, whatever decision you make, you live with that decision.
Oh no.
Whether you think it's right or wrong in the moment, they have that quote: the best decision to make is the right one. The second best is the wrong one. The worst one is not making a decision.
Yeah.
So even if it's the wrong, you made that decision and you live with it. You can learn from it if it's wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think, when it comes to...
Regret takes your happiness.
Oh, yes.
No, it does. Yeah. It does. 'Cause I think when you look back and you cringe or whatever, that you look back at yourself and say, why did I do this? Or why didn't I do that? It's like, well, do or don't do it next time, right?
Like you had the emo phase or something, like when you're young and you had that.
You got to experience it though.
Yeah.
And you now know you don't.
And
like
now you know
something.
why your grandparents like, you're an idiot.
It all makes sense now.
Why does he look like
Little
Sonic?
did he know his grandpa was an emo too.
No, because I'm sure your grandpa or something had a phase where he was wearing his shorts up to his nipples.
He wore
This is the style
fishnets
these
and
days.
Yeah.
One
Grandpa
ball
was
just
from
used to
Germany,
hang-
1930s.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Lederhosen was his thing. You got to learn what takes your happiness and then revoke yourself of that. Live without regret. Live without other people's expectations of you. Things like that might not lead you to eternal happiness, but they certainly won't make you sad.
Yeah, I think another thing is try to do good to other people as well while you're doing
I do
it.
good to other people all the time.
Do good. No, you mean like do it with like
You gotta
do
stop.
it with like
No, he meant good by other people, but doing good to other people is what R. Kelly thought he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Only good he was doing is to himself, bro.
Yeah. In
Long
his
term?
eyes,
No.
in his eyes, he was like, I gave them a home. Like, you know what I mean?
That guy's
But I
crazy.
know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
But if you're setting out to do something, try and make the world a little bit better, just by spreading love or happiness or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
That's saying, bro. If you have something negative
what are
to
you
say,
laughing at? What are you laughing at?
that's such a broad spread love, G.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Spread it, bro. Spread it like them
talk
cheeks,
for
man.
every,
Spread the love.
every situation. I'm just saying broadly, like if you're setting out to do something, do it and try and make a positive impact.
There we go.
If you're like, I'm not gonna live with regrets. Okay, well, don't do something stupid.
right?
Don't do something
right.
that'll
I
hurt
get what
someone.
you mean. Keep it within the parameters
Yeah,
of being a good person,
Yeah.
as opposed to like,
If you've never been-
I don't want to regret. I'm gonna go run someone over.
Yeah, no, well, like
You know what I mean?
Damn,
my
all right.
dreams.
I've always wanted to run
I've
someone
always
over.
wanted to
so
feel like
fuck it.
I've always wanted to know what it feels like to drive over someone. Maybe give that one a pass.
Maybe
live
just
without
let,
that one.
You can
alright?
let that one slide.
Okay,
For
let me-
that, you take option 3.
Let me redux my statement. Within the bounds of legality
Yeah,
There
do
you go.
something.
There you
And
go. There you
morality.
go.
and morality.
And morality. Yeah.
Objectively
so
speaking.
like if you're like I've never gone out, I've never gotten drunk. Okay, well
Try it out.
try it out, but
With
don't get
friends-
shit-faced
Yeah,
and don't
Set up some safety parameters.
Damn, I didn't know I have to
yeah.
babysit people, but I guess that's what you're right. So maybe half the things you say, you have to be like, don't misconstrue this as do
Yeah.
some crazy shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything has
Well,
to
I
be
think-
specific nowadays,
yeah, because
right?
I think people they have certain urges to do something because they may have missed out on something, and they're like, I wonder what that's like.
Yeah, that
It's
feeling
like
of FOMO.
don't
right?
don't do it to an extreme. Don't.
Okay, well, I guess that's the last one. How do you defeat FOMO? That's a big enemy.
Yeah, FOMO is huge.
You know,
FOMO is
fear
yeah
of missing out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one actually. Like
how do you
how do you
defeat that?
how do you get around that?
because that's a boss that keeps coming back. It's
It
one
is.
of those. It's like a Majin Buu.
Mm.
It just keeps evolving.
It does.
Even my friend, and she's like, she goes out a lot. Like one week she messaged me and she's like, I think I just got FOMO. Like she was seeing her friends go out, and I was like, wow, I never thought, because I've always seen her go out and I get FOMO from her. Like,
Right.
and I was
Secondhand FOMO.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was like, that's my friend. I need to go out as well. She's seeing all these amazing places. I should see them.
Right.
I think it's hard because not everyone can do it. Not everyone has the conscious mind to do it. But I think one way to defeat FOMO is to appreciate what you've done in that time. You know what I mean? Like, you've missed out, but obviously you were doing something as well.
What if you weren't, though?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
That's
What if
different.
like,
That's a different. That's a different situation, right? Yeah.
Like the current generation, I think a lot of people, they miss out.
I guess this
in
is a
general.
big topic maybe for another whole conversation.
Yeah.
Like how to defeat FOMO. But
That's a different
that's a
day.
whole different beast. But
Yeah.
in short, I guess you're right. Like this generation is a whole, like FOMO didn't exist in the last one because social media didn't exist.
Yeah. And now it's so prominent.
Yeah. We are constantly being reminded of what you're missing out on.
Yeah.
You know,
But that's also the reason.
10 years ago, you didn't
know.
know what your friends were doing
Yeah.
tonight at this very moment.
Yeah.
You open your phone and you know
Yeah.
exactly what they're doing and where they're doing it. And how much fun they're having too.
Michael
Yeah,
is playing
yeah.
pool with my other friends that didn't invite me.
Yeah.
And he just sunk the 8-ball again.
Damn.
Damn. Yeah.
That could have been me.
I could have sunk that.
I could have been
8-ball,
the one
yeah.
being sunk.
Yeah.
Oh my.
What? You've changed since you came back.
Have I?
No,
Not really. Not
It's-
at all.
unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
Unfortunately, fortunately.
Fortunately, but unfortunately.
So
FOMO.
we've got 5 more minutes, right?
Do we? Damn, that was quick.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
We did take 10 minutes for our
Damn.
name, but
See, now I have FOMO. 'Cause
Ah,
I wasn't there for 10 minutes. I missed out. I'm going to have to go back and watch this.
You're going to.
you're going to. You love it.
I'm going to message you guys in the comments.
I'm going to block you.
I was going to say you can't message us because you don't have your phone, but
Well, here's the thing. Before we sum up, we usually end the podcast with something fun, something lighthearted. How about a would you rather? A quick one.
I'm so
Would you
bad
rather?
at these, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Hit me.
Oh,
It could be anything.
okay.
Would you rather?
Actually,
Damn.
I got one. Do you mind
Okay,
if I
yeah,
go?
you guys go
Actually,
first because I just
remembered I had this
It could be
conversation.
anything.
I had this conversation with another friend of mine, and so hypothetically, right? Let's say you can live from this point in your life now for the next 20 years, and then the following 20 years after that. Now, would you rather in this next 20 years be like the greatest 20 years of your life, and then the last 20 years be absolutely miserable, or flip it the other way around? These next 20 years super miserable, and then the last 20 years super amazing. Now, the thing is, our bodies now is at its prime, at its peak, right? So it's like if you're living your best life now, you physically and mentally can handle it, but
already have my
then
answer.
your last 20 years of shit, like you had a wife,
Yeah.
she fucking never cooks, never cleans, yells at you every day, your back's sore every day.
So
like
basically-
that's like the definition of 20 years of shit life.
So long would you rather?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
would your first 20 years... Hey, man, I'm trying to get you to think deep, all right? Or-
5 minutes left. Bro.
okay, so just, yeah, would you rather live
Make
Like
this
a-
like cookie size, like fortune cookie
Gotcha.
size.
from now?
No, I got it. I got it.
Great
We
20
know what
years,
it is.
bad 20 years, or bad 20 years. You told me to package it. I packaged it for you.
You restarted it.
I was trying to... Oh, you know what? I'm going to let you answer. I'm going to let you
I'm gonna
answer.
take the next 20 years great.
I'm gonna.
Because I got my body, mind, and I'm like happy. And then personally, this is probably the worst way to end this. I'll kill myself.
No. See, you can't. You can't. You have
No,
to
you're
suffer
not.
the 20 years.
No.
You have to
You
suffer
didn't
20
tell
years.
me that.
Well, you didn't let me finish, did you? You guys are like, oh my God, this is 5 minutes left, bro.
No one is dying. All right.
You have to
I'll stick
live
around.
the...
I'll make,
you have
I'll
to
make
live
sure
the
you're
40.
happy. All right.
Nah, you all of a sudden hate him for 20 years.
Why? What did he
Because
do?
he chose this last 20 years to be miserable.
So I hate him for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miserable idiot.
You miserable.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Just one more miserable thing.
We had great 20 years.
You're a-
Now look at you, you piece of shit.
Can you imagine the day before like the 20th year? Like you guys are best friends. Like, man, I don't think I'd have a better friend in life. But the next day, I hate you.
You down buzz piece of shit.
It's been 20 years. I've waited 19 years, 364 days to tell you. You suck.
No, exactly. And you can't off yourself. So what would you choose?
First 20, because I got
First
my
20
body.
good. Okay.
I can do
Okay.
I'm gonna
skateboarding.
go. I'm gonna go. First 20 being miserable.
Nice. So you want to
yeah.
go out with a bang, like go out with a good time. Like your last 20 years
Diamonds
is
are made in the rough, baby.
yeah, like great last. So you're let's say you'll be like close to your 50s.
Yeah.
And from 50s to 70s,
I'll take that because it's like I'll actually say because my body is in its prime, I will be able to take all that negativity.
Exactly. So that's the flip
like,
side.
If I didn't have a car, I will be able to do, I'll be able to walk wherever I had to go. I'll be able to do all this stuff because my body is in its peak.
And it needs that 20 years of habit. It needs that
and then
nurturing.
when I'm old and I'm like, oh shitty, I need a walking stick, and I'll be like, fuck it, I'm having a good life. 47, I'll be like,
Miles is currently living his miserable 20 years right now.
Tough 20 years to get you.
Damn, I mean, walking everywhere.
Now, all of a sudden, your last 20 years, you don't need the walking stick anymore.
Yeah.
Your body's great, but you're old.
But
you're old though. But you're old.
Hey,
but you're
I'll
old.
take
So
that.
your body's not technically great,
take that.
but it's great for its age.
I got you.
I'll be watching Coronation Street.
Oh,
6 o'clock.
Corin,
I thought you said you wanted to be happy.
Oh yeah, actually no, never mind.
see, this is why I asked this. Would you rather? Because
What
it's to
about
do
you?
with happiness.
Okay, well, you know
what
what?
I do?
Maybe I
would-
don't need Coronation Street. I'm happy anyways. I don't watch Coronation Street, just so you guys know.
Okay.
I would
I just have to
probably
clarify that.
I'd probably go 20 good now
20 good now.
because I could see myself being a bitter old man.
Yeah,
After 20 years,
I can.
yeah.
I'm a sardonic old man. I
Yeah,
hate everyone.
I mean, I'll
I'd
be
rather
great.
do the hard 20 years now, hard labor now.
At least
you
people will-
experiencing it right now,
At
dog.
least people would see me and be like, "Oh, he's just an old bitter." Like now,
Yeah,
they're like,
exactly.
Oh, you're a young douchebag. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
are you a douchebag or are you just unhappy?
Like just miserable, full stop.
oh, if I'm unhappy, I'm going to spread it like cheese.
Like cheese. Cheese doesn't spread that easily.
like old cheese that's like melted. And
like
some
feta
horrible
cheese.
Gouda cheese.
Yeah,
That's some
yeah,
terrible
yeah.
cheese right
Yeah.
there.
Like cheesy crust cheese.
Yeah. Not even the real, like imitation cheese.
Oh god.
Yeah.
All right, here's one.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather
Oh, it's too long. I'm sorry. Carry on. Sorry. I just
shut up? Would you rather live in a mansion with surrounded by yes men, by all the amenities, modern amenities of life, everything at your fingertips, and be unfulfilled as a result of all that, because it's all
What is it with you?
define unfulfilled though, because it's perspective. Okay, sorry,
would you
sorry.
rather that or live a simple life in the woods with a cottage surrounded by
I feel like
people
you
love?
already have your answer by,
Yeah.
would you rather live a good life in the
Yeah,
woods?
he made it sound so bad one way. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're surrounded by all the amenities of life, like you have the internet, you have hot water, etc. Food is always in
don't
the
have
in the-
hot water.
That's subjective, though,
No.
Like,
Okay. Or would you rather have to work and be happy? Like, would you rather have to go out?
He just said be happy.
Well, that's the thing. Like people, some people would rather not
Or
work
happy.
and be unhappy. Like some people would rather that.
yeah, but you're talking about us.
That's why I'm asking. I want to know what you're thinking.
But if you were to ask me, I would be happy though.
Of course, I'd be happy with a simple life.
Yeah.
I don't want yes men around me.
Nah.
We're gonna live in the woods, man. That's what we're gonna.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
all right. We can do a podcast in the woods.
Cabin,
Okay,
fireplace.
okay. You're so happy about this. I don't.
It's a nice idea. I like it.
Right.
He was waiting
This
to
is
drive
a
us
weird
to the
way
woods.
to coax
bro.
us into living into a cabin.
No, this is a weird way of him telling us he wants us to go camping.
I'll go camping. with
Camping
you.
is fun, man.
I'll go
You want to come camping? You want to come camping?
Yeah, of course I do.
We're going camping.
We've already
Cool.
established
Next
this.
podcast is in the woods.
Okay.
All
We
right.
could actually do that. Anyway.
I guess my one would be the simple. Would you rather have a friend, like a best friend, stab you in the back, one of you guys, or a partner stab you in the back? You could only choose.
Oh.
Partner.
Yeah.
Like a spouse.
Yeah.
I was
Because if I
thinking
say
like a
business, then
like
it
a
would
business
be,
partner. Yeah.
Then it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
So like these are
That's-
two people you trust.
That's
like-
tough, man.
I think I'd rather have a friend because your spouse is supposed to be your other half, right? They're the one you rely on. Like a friend.
But say like us.
I
like
think.
one of us.
Oh
stab you in the
damn!
back.
Like
I could imagine stabbing you in the back.
imagine me. Imagine me. Damn. Okay.
I could try. I don't know if
Should I watch out now?
I don't know. I don't know if I have the energy for it.
Yeah, that's
You
a
get
lot
halfway,
of
you're like,
effort.
you know,
That's what's keeping me.
The knife's in
down.
the hand, and you're like, oh, fuck it. You know.
you wanna
I
go
don't
out,
mean
get a coffee?
literally.
No, I meant the
Yeah.
figurative knife, man. God
Figurative.
damn. Okay.
No, you know, I think the thing is, if it's a partner, I don't know if you can forgive them, right? But if it's a friend, because there's not that level of intimacy, because when you have a partner, you're meant to be completely aware of what's going on with them, right? And you're supposed to be like in a way inseparable, not literally, but in a way like.
You have to clarify now.
Yeah, not literally inseparable.
You're not
but
Siamese.
like you're on the same wavelength.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that hurts more than a friend, I think. Because a friend, you'll be like, why'd you do that? They might be like,
Yeah,
you're
okay.
you did that thing
He
to me
said a
last week and
best
you're a
friend,
dick.
not just our friend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
well-
I think a best friend is like a couple tiers down. Because you'll
A
have
couple tears.
Yeah,
down
yeah, 'cause
from
you'll have-
partner.
Well, yeah,
What's
because
in,
you'll
what's in between best friend and partner?
business
Dad?
partner. No, I
Nice,
mean like
nice.
you might have like siblings or other family members.
Right,
And
okay, it's perspective, right? Everyone's
and
different.
then it's
Yeah,
your best friend.
I
right?
don't have siblings, so mine is
Damn.
best friend,
hit him
maybe
with the guilt trip.
spouse, mom somewhere in the
Yeah. You'll be hurt if your mum stabbed you in the back. Yeah.
Stupid son.
I'm gonna ruin your life.
Take this. You miserable.
You've been miserable the last 20 years.
I don't understand
I
you anymore.
made you and you're miserable. You ungrateful. I'd take partner.
Really?
I think that if you guys, I'd be heartbroken, like beyond. I think with a partner, unless I've known her as long as you,
That's what I was gonna say. The thing is,
because I've known you guys longer than
Yeah.
I've known any of my partners so
True.
far.
yeah,
Yeah.
the fact that you said like people like us. It's
Yeah,
like,
well,
it's
that's
like,
who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If it was
I've-
either of you, I would be like,
Thing is that like, I think because I see you guys as like brothers as well. If I was stabbed in the back by one of my brothers, I would eventually forgive them, right?
like Fredo in The
Yeah.
Godfather, where he kisses him and he's like, "Make out with me."
Yeah, yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly.
verbatim.
like that.
That's
Yeah.
what I said in the verbatim. Bro.
It was the kiss of
But
death.
if you guys did it, I'd eventually be like, okay, you know what? Let's hash things out. And,
I'd do that to my partner. I'd
But-
give her the kiss of death and be like, "Mwah,
and then
you fucked it." And then leave.
It's hard. Yeah, it's a hard one. I think,
I think
for
just
me,
getting stabbed in the back in general is
I mean, of course, this is
bro.
why
it's
so
not
would you
fun.
rather?
It's like no, but it's like in general, it's not fun.
I think
Would you
I-
rather not get stabbed in the back, or would you rather get stabbed in the back?
I think like sadly speaking, I agree. No, not sadly. I agree with you too. I would prefer my partner because I think I've been in a situation where my partner has stabbed me in the back. Not my current one, obviously, but like, but like,
Knife.
like I've been in that situation, and like I can fathom it, but I can hardly even begin to fathom if one of my like brothers, like
Because you've
friends,
been with them for
for
so long.
so long.
Yeah.
Like I feel like as much as my partner knows me, I feel like my friends, you guys here, know me even that little bit more. And it's just that part of me that I do share wholeheartedly with my partner, but like it's not the same, and it can't ever be the same. And in saying that, she is also my best friend, and it's like at that different tier of
Yeah,
best friend,
of course,
almost,
of course.
So yeah, I agree. I'd probably prefer to be stabbed in the back by my partner because I think like if your partner were to stab you in the back, you still have your friends to like come
support
to.
you.
And I know it works the
But
same
if your
other
friend
way.
stabs you in
Yeah.
the back, then you're like, at this point, you're like, which friend isn't stabbing me in the back?
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave all of them. And now it's just me
Yeah,
and my
true.
partner. And
Which is fine.
And
Yeah.
she's
But-
cool, but she doesn't know how to play NBA 2K.
Yeah.
She's not.
Damn.
What if she does? Then
Yeah. Well,
And
then
yeah,
when-
oh yeah, this is the opposite. She keeps beating my ass at NBA 2K.
So now this is my 20 years of miserable life
and then
right
she
now.
realizes that you suck at it, and then she's gonna stab you in the back.
Oh god,
exactly.
This is the 20 years happening right now.
Yeah. That's the miserable 20 years. yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. I'm on partner.
Well, I mean, that's time.
That's time.
Quick, what did we learn? I've learned today that the Scottish fought everyone, apparently.
No, that was the English.
Right, and then you
The
got
English
to
is
the English.
considered
Oh yeah,
to
no,
be
the
the
Scottish
everyone.
did fight everyone. Sorry.
I learned that what you said about happiness and removing yourself and things around you is probably actually a really good idea for for keeping your happiness, removing things you don't want to see is a good idea. And I guess the other thing I learned is that Forrest Gump is way more hilarious than it should be as a movie. So,
well, I think I've learned that Carlos is as bad with accents as I am, although I think I'm slightly better. But that's an objective
you gotta have
opinion.
an accent off one day.
Have
and
the
have
debate,
a
okay.
judge.
debate to see who's the best accent.
That would be a cool one.
That's actually cool. Yeah. We could do that as an icebreaker or something. And happiness is not easily maintained.
I learned that you can get FOMO for missing out on 10 minutes. I've learned to never forget my phone when I leave the room.
Yeah, there's a lot of self-reflection today for you.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, you've covered a lot of it.
Well, you could just say one or two things.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much know everything, so it's like
omnipotent Carlos,
Yeah.
bro.
And with that, I think we could wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching the first episode of the podcast, and we will see you very soon for the second one.
bye.
Peace.